Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to an early edition this morning on Saturday on Cricket Happenings. As far as today's cricket happenings go, it's all going to be totally reviews of matches. So, the first match, there are three matches coming up tomorrow. Bangladesh are going to be ending their tour of South Africa, and they have not got a single win under the belt either in the test matches, one day internationals, or T20s. And this is the final T20 match which will end the tour for Bangladesh. And Bangladesh would be hoping that they could salvage something, at least have one win under the belt. So when they take on South Africa tomorrow in a T20 match, the final T20 match of the tour, before the last match of the tour for Bangladesh, before they leave the shores of South Africa, and Bangladesh would definitely like to get at least one win under the belt before they leave for home. So, but they definitely challenged Bangladesh, South Africa in the previous T20, as you would remember, and they would be hoping that they could put it across the South Africans, the mighty South Africans. Let me tell you, a mission, according to me, is impossible, but probably Bangladesh can make it possible tomorrow. So that is one thing. The second match, or the second preview, would be India versus New Zealand, where this is the final match of the ODI series, the third and final match which is coming up at the Green Park Stadium in Kanpur. And I can tell you that right now both the teams are locked at 1-1, with both the teams adopting various strategies. The first one-day international was New Zealand adopting a strategy, and India adopted a strategy in the second one-day international, and now it comes down to the decider, coming down to the wire, I would say, as the decider, the final match, the final ODI between South Africa, the final ODI between India and New Zealand promises to be a very interesting affair. As far as the final match is concerned, there's one more match which is coming up tomorrow. It's the match is going to be, we are not talking about one days or T20s here. It's about the test matches. The second test match which is coming up between Zimbabwe and the West Indies. As you know, West Indies lost to Zimbabwe. West Indies put it across Zimbabwe in the first test match with the spin. Really ruling the roost. Devendra Bishu in particular, but I thought Zimbabwe put up a very good show with the bat in the second test match, chasing a big total of 429 to muster 316. So definitely Zimbabwe would be looking forward to go and level the series. So that's some preview I'll be doing. So first, let me start off with the first preview, and the preview is going to be between India and New Zealand, which is coming up at the Green Park Stadium in Kanpur. As far as the final one day, as I said, the decider, it's a three-match ODI series, and let's have a look at both the teams here. As far as India is concerned, what is it that they are lacking? Yes, Rohit Sharma has been struggling. Even though he lost his wicket went to Tim Southee, he definitely has challenges against the bowling of Trent Boult, the left-arm pacer, the in-dipper, which is definitely causing a few concerns for Rohit Sharma in his career here. But Rohit Sharma has to get over it and get some runs. That is something which India would be waiting for. So basically one could say that India is waiting for a wonderful, a nice foundation to be laid tomorrow in the final one-day international at the Green Park Stadium in Kanpur. Shikhar Dhawan has definitely hit his straps, as we saw in the second ODI. So Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan, always a very experienced combination at that. Virat Kohli is full of beans, no doubt about it. Dinesh Karthik, Virat Kohli has promoted Dinesh Karthik in the batting order, and he justified his promotion in the second one-day international. And Dinesh Karthik, who has been scoring in such a prolific manner as far as the domestic Indian tourneys are concerned, gets an opportunity. And Dinesh Karthik, I can say for a fact that he's looking pretty good, and Virat Kohli has tremendous trust in him, putting him in at number 4. Kedar Jadhav would be expected to score a few as well, but his bowling is coming in very handy with those flat ones, the slingy ones which is coming in, making it very difficult for the batsman to really get him away. Dhoni would be definitely waiting for a good opportunity, a very nice opportunity to have a real smack at the Kiwi bowlers. Hardik Pandya has not been getting, probably has not really performed as expected with the bat, even though he is coming up with some slight cameos. But one is also looking out for some very solid contribution from him with the bat. And the bowling, well, I can say Bhuvneshwar Kumar, definitely there's a lot being said about Bhuvneshwar Kumar. He has learned a lot. The other day he said that the coach Bharat Arun, the former, probably playing a handful of test matches for India. I do remember he made his debut against the West Indies during my school days or college days. I don't really remember. Bhuvneshwar Kumar is definitely is a very, very big threat with the ball. And the Kiwis would be hoping that they get over that early hurdle of Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Jasprit Bumrah, who have been doing a wonderful job. Bhuvneshwar Kumar has perfected the knuckle ball. He has a few variations. He's a different type of bowler, very difficult to get through. Jasprit Bumrah is also doing a fine job. Both are a picture of economy and keeping the New Zealand batsmen quiet. As far as the bowling, well, Virat Kohli believes in always going with the risk. But the other day he brought in Akshar Patel to stem the flow of Tom Latham, who was very adept at the sweep shot, which was using it too much. And he decided, so I'm sure Virat Kohli would definitely, once again we would have probably Kuldeep Yadav might be left out, and Akshar Patel and Yuzvendra Chahal. And Akshar Patel has definitely proved his usefulness. As also a small word about Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, not only, yes, he has definitely shown a great promise. I mean, one can even rely on Bhuvneshwar Kumar towards the end to get a few runs, because we have seen that Bhuvneshwar Kumar is quite a capable bat as well. And so that is as far as the Indians are concerned. Now for New Zealand, India definitely, the other day we saw how Jasprit Bumrah and Bhuvneshwar Kumar really had Colin Munro tied up in knots, and a frustration shot coming in, which led to the dismissal. So now what New Zealand would be hoping is that Martin Guptill, the experienced bloke, gets going tomorrow at Kanpur, and Colin Munro gets over that early problems. I mean, Colin Munro is such a type of player. I thought the Indian bowlers have really come up with a good strategy to keep the very big hitting Colin Munro quiet. But Colin Munro is always a dangerous customer, according to me. But Martin Guptill and Colin Munro can tomorrow try to be together and put up a big opening partnership there. Kane Williamson has been somewhat not in good form at all. He has not had any good innings. He's been dismissed cheaply in both innings. So he would be expected to score a few runs tomorrow. Ross Taylor and Tom Latham. Tom Latham will definitely have the challenge once again. Probably he has looked at the videos of Akshar Patel, and he's probably looking as to if at all the sweep shot is not going to come, if the Indian bowlers, Indian spinners are not going to serve any freebies on the middle and leg stump, and they're going to bowl outside the off stump. So Tom Latham will be thinking as to what is the approach he can take. Henry Nicholls and Colin de Grandhomme have been very impressive with the bat so far in this ODI series. Colin de Grandhomme definitely likes to hit the ball down the ground. He's very adept at that, and that is I think that's a good mark of a batsman who likes to hit it straight down the ground. Mitchell Santner, the other all-rounder, is doing a good job with the ball, and the bowling has been in the hands of Trent Boult himself, the Adam Men, and Trent Boult himself did not have a very good game in the second ODI, but I'm sure they are a wonderful combination. Adam Men was the one who was very impressive with his pace, and he had nice control over his line to keep the batsman quiet. He bowled in a very, very economical manner, and that was very, very good to see. So definitely the decider happens to be something that one is looking forward to, as it is 1-1 locked right now, and tomorrow we will know the result as to what it's going to be. Which team is going to be 2-1 and winning the ODI series. So good luck to both the teams. Let's get on from here. Let's look at the other second T20, which is coming up at Bangladesh. The first time a T20 is going to be played at Potchefstroom in South Africa. And let's have a look at Bangladesh. Bangladesh are the ones, as I said, just before they leave the shores of South Africa. They've not had a single win under their belt here in South Africa, and they would be hoping that before they leave for Bangladesh, at least they could get one win. They were definitely very impressive in the second T20, in the previous T20 that they played, where they really gave a run for the money for the South Africans. So Bangladesh, Imrul K. Soumya Sarkar was very impressive with the bat. He's a very strokeful player, and he's also very easy on the eye as well. Imrul K. is also a good aggressive player, and they would be hoping for some very good start, probably an electric start in the T20. Sabir Rahman coming in as one drop has not really lived up to his name. It's about time that Sabir Rahman really gets a few runs for Bangladesh. The experience has not been coming together. Shakib Al Hasan, Mushfiqur Rahim and Mahmudullah together to fire, and that is what one is looking out for, and unfortunately that's not happening, and that is what is expected tomorrow. Nasir Hussain, Taskin Ahmed has not been good with the ball. He has been fighting the line, but let me have a word for two people here who did a wonderful job. One is Mohammad Saifuddin, who was making his debut, and what an impressive spell of bowling. Even in the death overs, he was bowling those balls in the block hole, and he's a youngster. It looks to be quite raw, pacey, gets the ball onto the block hole very, very consistently. And Mohammad Saifuddin happens to be, looks to be a fine prospect for me, looking at the way he bowled in the death overs to Farhan Bahardeen and other players. David Miller was there. So Mohammad Saifuddin has been impressive. So that's one good thing that Bangladesh will be taking from this tour. Mehdi Hasan Miraj, who has been struggling so far in this particular tour of South Africa, finally came good. He gave a real tough time for the South African captain A.B. de Villiers to free his arms, and he really made him struggle and forced him to play a stroke, which was a false stroke, and ended up in the hands of the fielder. So Mehdi Hasan has definitely done something good finally on this particular tour. Much as expected, didn't really live up to the expectations, I would say. Mehdi Hasan Miraj, the Rada Mafi, who did a wonderful job against the Englishmen and also against the Aussies. Shafiul Islam and Rubel Hussain definitely need to really perk up if Bangladesh needs to have this nice four-pace combination. As far as the South Africans are concerned, they are definitely roaring right now, and there is a possibility tomorrow that Mangalusa Mosele, but one does not know. It's a two-match ODI series, sorry, two-match T20 series, as we all know. And what South Africans, whether they would be experimenting. Mangalusa Mosele is another good hitter of the ball. Whether he will be opening the innings as Hashim Amla, that remains to be seen, or Quinton de Kock comes in. De Villiers, the South Africans have been in good nick. David Miller, name it, and they are really good. But what one is waiting for. The other day we saw the very talented Robbie Freiling, who is really at the age of 33, making his debut, he could not come with the bat, but definitely with the ball. He definitely picked up his maiden wicket in the form of the Bangladeshi captain Shakib Al Hasan. But what one is really waiting for to see, as far as Robbie Freilich is concerned, he's a very, very burly guy. I mean, if you see his frame, he's very tall and has a lot of stone too. He has put a lot of ounces of stone in him. He's a pretty, I would say, basically he's a very, very well-built player. I mean, he's really has, I'm sure he has some enormous power at the bat, looking at his frame that he has. So one is really waiting forward to see some lower order hitting from Robbie Freiling, for which he has been picked in this team as an all-rounder. And in the South African domestic tournaments, he has really showed some raw and awesome power with the bat as well. So that is one is really waiting to watch as far as Robbie Freiling is concerned. But he was very impressive with the ball as well. The bowling, Dane Peterson has really hit his straps. He did a fine job in the previous one-day in the T20. The bowling has been the hand of Dane Peterson, Buran Hendricks. Andil Felquayo has been doing his all-round job to a real perfection, I would say. Buran Hendricks has also looked good. The spinner, whether it's going to be Tamrai Shamsi, the Chinaman bowler, or it's going to be left-arm spinner Aaron Fungiso. Aaron Fungiso has also done a nice job. So Bangladesh and South Africa promises to be a nice affair, but as I said, that the whole pressure is on Bangladesh, and it's all about seeing whether Bangladesh can end up with a at least have one win under the belt before they leave the shores of South Africa. So that is one thing. As far as the now the next thing that I'm going, or the final thing on this cricket show, is going to be the preview of the second test match, which is coming up between West Indies and South Africa. Sorry, West Indies and Zimbabwe. It's going to be played at Bulawayo at Queenstown, and let's have a look as to as you know, in the previous test match, it was the West Indies who actually won the match against Zimbabwe, even though Zimbabwe did very well on the first day. But Zimbabwe, with the bat, they definitely failed. But definitely on the second innings, they showed a lot of pluck to get to chase a big total of 429 set up with the West Indies. But really, it was all about the West Indies leg spinner Devendra Bishu really spinning a web around the Zimbabwean batsman, especially considering that the ball was really turning on this wicket. I thought the West Indies Bishu had a great job done in this particular match. As far as Zimbabwe are concerned, let's have a look at the team. This is the Zimbabwe team is also looking very good. We are looking at the Zimbabwe team. Hamilton Masakadza and Solomon Meyer did a good job in the second innings, and Solomon Meyer has also looked impressive on his test debut. Hamilton Masakadza, always a very, very experienced bloke in the Zimbabwean team. Craig Irvine definitely could not do much with the bat, so one would probably expect Craig Irvine to come good with the bat. Brendan Taylor definitely on his comeback got a 50, got 70 odd runs in the second innings, which was good to see. Sean Williams is also a very, very good player. Sikandar Raza, they have some very good batting, I would say. Sikandar Raza, Malcolm Waller, it's all about getting the pieces together to me. Regis Chakabwa, Peter Moore. Regis Chakabwa was playing the other day. The bowling, Graham Creamer, the captain, is a 100% cricketer according to me, because he not only captains the side well, he also bowls well, he bats well, so he's a complete package, and it's very good to have a captain like Graham Creamer in the mix here. Kyle Jarvis was impressive with the ball, got his wickets as well, and I'm sure Kyle Jarvis with his experience will be really prove a tough proposition for the West Indies. Chris Pofu was very impressive with the ball. I thought he operated very well, I thought, in tandem with Kyle Jarvis. So that's another good thing that that Zimbabwe would hope to keep up. As far as the West Indians are concerned, West Indians, they are definitely, I'm sure they would be very, very happy with the result, because they have been struggling. They have to go and play in the qualifiers for the World Cup. So, but now after getting this win against Zimbabwe, they probably feel a bit more confident as well. As far as the West Indies are concerned, Craig Brathwaite and Kieron Powell would open the innings. Brathwaite is looking good. Kieron Powell, it's all about the West Indies batsmen. Definitely they are walking with a lot of confidence. Kyle Hope, the Happ brothers, Kyle Hope has got his 50 as well, the maiden 50 in Test cricket. Shai Hope, we all know what is his, he has already shown that he belongs to the big league here, Shai Hope. Roston Chase, he comes in, he could not get his century, but definitely he has been compared with Sir Garfield Sobers in the past when he enacted a Houdini Act, when he rescued, not only rescued West Indies, but actually rescued West Indies from the clutches of India and drew the match, and that was the greatness of this particular player, Roston Chase. Jermaine Blackwood, another very, very good and exciting stroke maker at that. Shane Dowdy, the wicketkeeper, I thought Shane Dowdy is due for some runs, because I do see, if you look at his stats, he has not been getting a lot of runs under his belt, and that is what I would be looking out from Shane Dowdy, the wicketkeeper batsman from the West Indies. Jason Holder, the captain, another, same like what Graham Creamer is. He's also another one who's a complete package, a good captain, a good bat, a very nice bowler at that. The Devendra Bishu will be licking his fingers to have a go at the Zimbabweans after the way he bowled in the previous. But I'll be hoping that they could get some turn. We'll look at the pitch as well. Kemar Rhodes was doing well. Shannon Gabriel there for Kemar Rhodes not only concentrates on pose, also pace. It's not only about the pace, he also moves the ball at some very decent pace. Shannon Gabriel is the one who really gives the pace and fire to this West Indian lineup. So I'm told there was a bit of rain as well. The outfield could be a bit soggy. The ball might have to reverse swing, and as I said, I won't be surprised at all in Queenstown, Bulawayo, if at all the ball once again starts turning as it did in the first Test match. All in all, it happens to be something that we are all looking forward to. And as I said, with these three previews done, this is what my cricket happenings was all about today. Hope you all liked it. And tomorrow I'll be talking about all these three matches as to how they panned out at the center. Until then, it's your host Ram signing off this on a Saturday. Thank you.